8 reasons why your legs aren't growing. Don't worry, this won't be one of those cliché videos telling you to do more reps or eat more protein. We all know YouTube is full of those. Reasons number 3 and 4 are the main ones, so stay tuned until the end. Reason number 8. Ignoring the eccentric part of the movement. The eccentric phase corresponds to the part where the muscle lengthens under tension, like the descent in a squat or the lowering phase on the leg extension machine. Many lifters focus only on the concentric phase, meaning the upward movement of the weight, forgetting that controlling the descent is just as important for generating mechanical tension and promoting muscle growth. During the eccentric phase, muscles can handle more load, and this is when many beneficial microtears occur in the muscle fibers, stimulating the repair and growth process. In the squat, for example, the eccentric phase is the descent, where the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings are being stretched under load. Controlling this descent, instead of just letting the weight drop, increases time under tension and enhances muscle recruitment. The same principle applies to the leg press. Lowering the weight toward your body in a controlled manner ensures that the muscles are actively working and not just the tendons or joints absorbing the load. Reason number 7. Improper footwear for leg training. This is probably the simplest mistake on our list, but it can still significantly impact your leg muscle development. Running shoes, for example, are designed with soft soles and cushioning to absorb impact and provide comfort over long distances. However, this same cushioning, great for running, creates instability when performing compound movements like squats, leg presses, or deadlifts. This cushioning reduces the ability to transfer force from your body to the ground, making the movement less efficient. Additionally, the instability caused by softer soles can increase the risk of muscle compensations or joint imbalances, putting your knees and ankles at risk. During leg workouts, your feet serve as the foundation for your entire body. To perform movements like squats or lunges with maximum effectiveness, your footwear must allow a solid connection with the ground, promoting stability and even weight distribution. Opt for rigid, flat shoes, or even train barefoot. This will help maintain balance, improve posture, and optimize movement biomechanics, allowing you to focus on the target muscles like the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings. Reason number 6. Improper workout split. Many men train all their leg muscles in a single day, thinking that will be enough to get good results. But the truth is, when you train quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and glutes all in one session, the exercises performed at the beginning of the workout usually get all your energy and focus. Meanwhile, the muscle groups trained at the end often suffer, as you're already physically exhausted. A classic example of this is a workout that starts with squats and leg presses, followed by a single hamstring exercise and a quick calf session. This type of approach not only leaves the posterior chain underdeveloped, but also prevents you from giving enough attention to important muscles like the calves, which are often done half-heartedly at the end of the workout when your energy is drained. My personal suggestion is to split your training by dedicating one day exclusively to quadriceps and glutes, allowing you to apply maximum intensity to these muscle groups without compromising the rest of your workout. On another day, you can focus on hamstrings and calves, ensuring these muscles are also trained with the attention and energy they need to grow. This approach not only increases the stimulus for each muscle group, but also improves the aesthetic and functional balance of your legs. Before we move on to number 5, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because having the right information is what separates the men from the boys in the fitness world. Reason number 5. Improper rest time. Many people believe that resting less between sets and feeling that muscle burn is the key to hypertrophy. However, that burning sensation is more related to the accumulation of lactate and metabolic byproducts than to an effective stimulus for muscle growth. This mistaken belief leads to less productive workouts, where inadequate recovery between sets prevents you from reaching the necessary performance to deeply stimulate the muscles. Leg workouts, especially with compound exercises like squats and leg presses, involve large muscle groups and place a heavy demand on the body. Beyond local muscle fatigue, these exercises create a significant systemic load, affecting the cardiovascular system, the central nervous system, and other supporting muscle groups like the spinal erectors and core. This impact requires a longer rest period, so the body can replenish energy stores, stabilize heart rate, and allow the next set to be performed with the same intensity and quality. Insufficient rest can lead to a drop in performance over the course of the workout, reducing your ability to lift heavy loads or complete the planned number of reps. This compromises the necessary muscle stimulus to create micro-tears and trigger muscle growth. Multi-joint and high-intensity movements like squats and leg presses often require 2 to 4 minutes of rest, while less demanding exercises like leg extensions or leg curls may require shorter intervals. More than just following a stopwatch, the ideal approach is to listen to your own body's signals. So stop thinking that resting less is better and start using proper rest intervals. It's essential for optimizing your leg training. Reason number 4. Neglecting cardiorespiratory conditioning. During leg exercises, especially compound movements like squats, leg presses, lunges, and hack squats, a large number of muscle groups are involved, including the quadriceps, glutes, spinal erectors, core, and even calves. These exercises require not only muscular strength, but also an efficient cardiorespiratory system to meet the high oxygen and nutrient demands of the working muscles. When cardiorespiratory conditioning is poor, the body struggles to sustain the effort needed for intense sets, and failure happens before you even reach the desired level of muscle fatigue. Imagine a heavy squat. You start strong, the first reps feel smooth, but as the set progresses, your breathing becomes labored, your heart rate skyrockets, and before your legs reach true muscle fatigue, you have to stop. This happens because your cardiorespiratory system can't keep up with the exercise demand. It becomes the weak link in your training, compromising the necessary stimulus for hypertrophy in target muscles like the quadriceps and glutes. Additionally, a weak cardiorespiratory system negatively impacts recovery between sets and workouts. When the heart and lungs fail to deliver enough oxygen and nutrients during exercise, the removal of metabolic byproducts like lactic acid also becomes less efficient. This leads to slower recovery and makes it harder to maintain the desired intensity throughout the workout. That's why improving your cardiorespiratory conditioning isn't just about increasing general endurance, it's about optimizing leg training performance. Activities like running, cycling, stair climbing, or even metabolic circuits can enhance your heart and lungs' ability to handle intense loads, allowing you to reach true muscle fatigue instead of stopping due to systemic exhaustion. A well-conditioned cardiorespiratory system lets you train harder, for longer, and recover faster, maximizing the stimulus for leg growth. Reason number 3. Lack of range of motion. Many lifters, in an attempt to train their ego, load up excessive weight on exercises and sacrifice movement quality, forgetting that, especially in leg training, range of motion is even more important than the weight used. Performing full movements with control and proper depth is essential to generate the necessary stimulus for muscle hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is primarily triggered by 3 factors: mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle micro-tears. The most important of these, mechanical tension, depends on execution that allows the muscle to be fully stretched and contracted during the movement. When you perform a shallow squat or a leg press with minimal knee flexion, the muscles aren't stretched enough to generate this ideal mechanical tension. This drastically reduces growth potential, as a significant portion of the muscle fibers aren't being fully activated. On the other hand, a full range of motion not only promotes greater hypertrophy, but also improves mobility, joint stability, and functional strength. A study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology investigated the impact of squat depth on muscle hypertrophy. Over 12 weeks, participants were divided into 2 groups, one performing deep squats 0 to 120 degrees of knee flexion, and another doing shallow squats 0 to 60 degrees. The results showed that the group training with a greater range of motion experienced a significant increase in muscle mass in the anterior thigh, especially in the distal region, compared to the group with a reduced range. So, stacking 110 pounds on each side of the squat bar or pushing a full stack on the leg press means nothing if you're not executing the movement correctly. The goal isn't to impress with the weight, it's to maximize muscle work. And if you still just want to impress others, train properly so you can impress them with big, well-defined muscles. Reason number 2. Training legs half-heartedly. It's common to see people who, because they don't like the physical and mental exhaustion that leg day demands, simply don't approach it with the same intensity and seriousness as they do chest or arm workouts. This lazy, unfocused approach leads to poorly executed training sessions that lack the necessary stimulus for hypertrophy. When someone trains legs half-heartedly, whether by lowering the weights, reducing range of motion, or just not putting effort into their sets, the stimulus falls far short of what's needed for muscle growth. Unlike smaller muscle groups like biceps or triceps, leg muscles are large and powerful, meaning they require greater stimuli to reach muscle fatigue and trigger the hypertrophy process. If you put energy and focus into your chest or arm workouts, why not do the same for your legs? They not only complete your body's symmetry, but also play a crucial role in overall functionality and performance. Did you know that training legs can actually help increase testosterone levels? The compound exercises involved in leg day create a higher metabolic demand and activate more muscle fibers, which stimulates the release of anabolic hormones, including testosterone. So take leg training seriously. It will be exhausting and challenging, but that intensity is exactly what will bring you the results you're after. Reason number 1. Wrong exercise selection. Choosing the wrong exercises not only affects balanced leg growth, but can also compromise functionality and joint health. It's crucial to understand that while exercises like squats, leg presses, and hack squats are excellent for quadriceps and glutes, they don't provide enough stimulus for hamstring development. These movements involve multiple joints, such as the knee and hip, but the hamstrings, although engaged, don't receive the necessary load to grow. Recent studies focusing on the actual impact of these movements on muscle hypertrophy make it clear that electrical activation doesn't directly translate into muscle growth. This means that even though the hamstrings contract during these exercises, they aren't overloaded enough to drive development. This imbalance is extremely common and harmful. Many leg workouts prioritize the quadriceps with multiple compound exercises while dedicating little to no volume to the hamstrings. This not only affects aesthetics, leaving the legs disproportionate, but also increases the risk of knee problems. Weak hamstrings can't properly support the loads that the knee joints face during movements like squats and leg presses, leading to instability and a higher risk of injury. To fix this, it's essential to include specific hamstring exercises like the seated leg curl, lying leg curl, or unilateral standing leg curl. These movements isolate the hamstrings, ensuring they receive the necessary stimulus to grow and strengthen. Additionally, balancing training volume between the quadriceps and hamstrings is key. If your workout includes 3 or 4 exercises for quadriceps, it should also have at least 2 or 3 hamstring-focused exercises to ensure a well-rounded and functional routine. Now, don't confuse this topic with the one about improper workout splits. That was about dividing leg training into 2 days, while this is about properly balancing the number of exercises for each part, avoiding muscle imbalances. Now, one more important fact. Unfortunately, even if you're now ready to avoid all these mistakes, the reality is that neither your legs nor any other muscle in your body will experience good hypertrophy if your testosterone levels are low. That's why, right now on the screen, we're showing a video about the main daily habits that kill testosterone levels in modern men. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you, my friend.